This is the head coach himself talking about the wide receiver position.
Where are you at with the wide receiver 2 search?
I would say we are right in the middle of it. And so you'll see a lot of guys in today. You'll see 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a lot of guys that are really battling. I've been really impressed with Olamide, and I thought he's had a really strong camp. Looking forward to getting Luke some extra work into here, Jahan, Diami. So that's where we're at, and then the special teams is going to have a factor in that as well.
Do you expect Jahan to play a similar volume of snaps as he did last week?
Probably. Yep, I would say I don't know if it'll be the exact same, but it'll be in the similar space, same high volumes on the other guys that I listed as well.
What would you like to see more or less of from him? I mean, just having come in new season with any new player, what would you like to see?
Yeah, I think with all the guys that we were talking about at that spot, the urgency, the run game, the pass game, so like, you know, the quickness in and out of breaks. So not everybody plays the same spot, Nikki, but I do want to see with he and with all the other guys really finding some really competitive moments, you know, the plays after the catch, the blocks, you know, at the point of attack. Sometimes even in man-to-man during this phase of evaluation that he beat the person even though the ball didn't go to that spot. So I'm really trying to evaluate them with and without the ball.
I mean, think about it. That first question was, Coach, where are you in the wide receiver 2 search?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he said Jahan's our number 2. No question. Jahan's our number 2. No, he goes, we're right in the middle of it.
Right. I'm going to guess based on the reporting, and obviously I haven't been there. I'm too lazy. But based on the reporting, I'm going to guess Zaccheaus has got a head start on it. He's the first guy he mentioned.
First guy, yep.
Everybody says he's been dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
I know even just for my dumb eyes, he popped for me in the Jets scrimmage, and I don't even think he had a catch. But I remember him popping for
Jets,
me.
the preseason game.
Preseason game.
Yep.
Diami's had a great camp by all accounts, and Diami's big advantage is Diami's willing to do anything. Diami plays on a bunch of coverage teams. You know, he's very versatile.
Now, Limide's a small guy. I'm looking, he's listed at 5'8".
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Played at UVA.
Productive.
And then he's been in the league since 2019.
He's kind
But
of
we mentioned
But
it.
has Elimide ever had a season even as productive as Jahan Dotson?
No, but I don't
maybe
think so.
Maybe he just didn't have the opportunities.
I don't think so, but he's just popping. And this is a brand new staff, and they just want to see what you got. And my understanding is Jahan's not doing anything wrong. He's just not popping.
He's not.
And you heard the criticism
Just is what
from
it is.
Logan Paulson and Craig Hoffman that he's not physical enough, basically. Like
But
that's
the
knock.
thing is
And you're
they're
probably
trying to
gonna
move him to a slot. See, I've talked to some people, and they just, I think is what they're doing is just trying to maybe think, oh, maybe his position should be slot. So, and by the way, Luke McCaffrey, what they're doing, they're moving him all around everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just a log jam, and he's just not separating himself
I just thought
from the other guys.
If you kind of deep dive into his reaction and his answer, he mentions Zaccheaus first, and then he mentions Luke second. Then he finally gets to Dotson, and he mentions Diami right after that. So he clearly,
I think Zaccheaus has got the inside.
You might be right. You might be right.
Edge
So
on
2
it.
seasons ago.
But it's not like he just said, no, Dotson's our number 2, and everyone else is kind of battling with him.
2 seasons ago, Zaccheaus did play all 17 games for the Falcons and had 40 catches, 533 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So that's his most productive year to date.
But with Philly, he's not going
career.
to have the opportunity because
Right.
he was with Philly.
5 seasons in the pros. That's his most productive season. That doesn't even stack up with Jahan Dotson's worst season.
Right, but I
Now
think what's
Jahan's
his
only had
yards per
2.
catch? I think it's bigger.
Yes.
it's bigger.
Last year only had 10 catches.
But look at
It was
career-wise.
16.4, career 14.3.
Wasn't he a special teams player last year for Philly?
Yes.
Did he punt return too?
He had a-
I'm
he had
telling
a
you,
couple
he's a
touchdowns.
versatile guy.
But
But
is
that's
he going
also-
to be the number 2?
Here's the thing. I don't think they look at it as number 2. I think they look at it as X, Y,
No, I
and
understand
Z.
that.
So
But
I
I'm
don't-
saying, is he going to be on the field if they start a game with a 1-back set and 3 receivers?
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to be McLaurin's a given? Is it going to be Zaccheaus and somebody else in the slot not named Jahan Dotson?
Might be.
It's possible.
Might be. But I think Zaccheaus is going to be in there.
You have to throw out Zaccheaus' stats when he's with Atlanta. I mean, with Mariota, they ran the ball 100 times a game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't really know what he can do.
No, I
Correct.
could tell.
Yeah.
You saw it. I mean, he's flashing, and by all accounts, he's flashing in camp.
My only thought
And
there is
Jahan's just not flashing,
Are we going to talk about the elephant in the room?
which is
He's a Ron guy. Is Dan just literally just trying to get every Ron guy out of this
I don't know
locker
that
room
I don't know that he
or
is.
off the field?
Because I think he's a good kid. I think Jahan's a good kid. I don't think he's like I don't think he's got issues. But maybe. But the Ron guys, to that point, if you look at the first round picks, Ron's first round picks,
I know
Chase,
it's awful.
Jamin, and I'm rooting for Jamin. Forbes, question mark. Jahan, I mean,
Yeah, but he's got Cosme. Ron's was a Cosme guy, and then
was he not? He wasn't a first round pick.
No,
I'd
but
say-
he was.
I'm just
a
saying
high
the first
second
round. I'm just saying first round picks.
First round, yeah. But
I think if you're good, you're going to
good.
play.
I mean,
Yeah.
Brown's out there.
He
Say
clearly
again?
Brown's out there.
he clearly is not.
Who's Brown?
De'Ami Brown.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's an anti-Ron thing. I'm just saying Ron's
I think
first
it's an
round
anti-production
picks have
thing.
been brutal. That's just the fact. I don't think they're on there. I don't think they give a crap who drafted you, where, what, and that's the point.
I wonder how people interpret it, because you can interpret it that. How did he pronounce Olamide's name? It sounded like he pronounced it a little bit different.
Whatever.
Olamide?
Just call him Zaccheaus. That's all I'm calling him.
Let's call him Zach.
Maybe call him Oz.
Yeah.
Oz.
It sounded like
Oh, I was
he was praising Oz, but you can also interpret it as they're trying to really challenge Dotson to step up and to get him to the next level. If you want to chime in, you can call us on the MGM National Harbor List lines at 800-636-1067 as we hit the skins, brought to you by Don't Sleep Energy. Need to hit the skins right now? Grab a Don't Sleep Energy shot. Need to stay ready all day, just in case. Sipping a refreshing 12-ounce can. Grab both right now at don'tsleepenergy.com. Use the promo code Junkies to get 10% off. Remember, Don't Sleep makes you great. How do you interpret what Dan Quinn is saying? Is it just his general philosophy, which he said when he had his first press conference, is a big believer in competition? Or do you think it's trying to send a message and light a fire under Jahan?
No.
Or do you think these guys might be better than Jahan?
I don't even know if they're better. They're currently popping more than Jahan. Jahan is capable. We saw what he did in his first year. I think he had 7 touchdowns that year.
He did. And he would have had more. He missed,
Yeah.
what, 4 or 5 games?
Jahan is capable. I just think he's not popping. And this is a new staff, and they're just, they're going with
For
who's
whatever they're
performing.
asking him to do, he's not doing it enough.
You're not doing it enough.
I didn't hear about
but I
how-
don't think it's over.
No, I didn't hear about yesterday on Dotson. How was he yesterday?
I don't.
Do we know?
I thought I read somewhere, or maybe it was 2 days ago, that a bunch of the guys on offense were doing well.
Mm-hmm.
And Dotson was definitely a name.
Yeah, the 5 straight touchdown passes were him the Dotson.
I don't know.
I'm surprised we
I
didn't hear
will
about
say
that.
this in terms of Jaden, just getting back to Jaden for 1 second. Supposedly Jaden did throw 2 interceptions in 11-11, but neither was fault.
One was McLaurin slipped.
McLaurin
and then,
fell. The other one went through Cole Turner's hands.
No, he apparently looked great.
That's your boy.
But it's it's not over for Dotson. He's got tomorrow. He's going to be on the field. Just a matter of where and how long.
Was Zaccheaus even drafted? Or is he an undrafted guy?
Who?
Zaccheaus.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think
Undrafted.
it matters. I don't think they
No,
care.
it doesn't matter now. It just, but I'm a little bit like Cakes. I'm kind of a snob. Like my general thought of a guy that's undrafted, and Drab brings
After
up a good point.
year, that doesn't
I
matter.
looked at his best season with Atlanta. He was their second leading receiver.
Right. No,
Their leading receiver was
if you
Drake Leonard,
watched
who had
it,
70 catches.
You saw
But
him
last-
pop. You saw the speed. I saw it. I mean, you have to be an idiot not to see it. You see it.
Yeah, but I just would think 5 years in that he would have had a more productive season.
Whatever.
at some
Sometimes
point.
it just.
Again,
Sometimes it's fit.
But you
It's-
mentioned the
yeah.
offense he was in. He's not going to get an
Yeah,
offense.
it's
When
fit.
he goes to Philly, he's not going to play ahead of those
Personnel
guys.
around you. Yeah, it's just.
So
So many talented
now
guys.
he's getting an opportunity.
Yeah. So many talented guys. They just whatever. It's not that they suck. It's just it's not the right fit. Coach not using them.
Well, what
got
I'd
better
say
guys
is
ahead of him.
he may have popped in the first preseason game and all that stuff,
And
but
practice.
they also brought in another guy during the week because
Yeah, but
they're
a
not
totally
happy
different guy.
overall.
Well,
Totally
that's-
different guy though.
Okay.
That guy's
That's a
6'4".
in my opinion, and until proven otherwise, they brought in Bryant because sure they think they can always get better, but he's a big guy. They need a big receiver.
Okay, well, Zaccheaus is small. Dotson's
Right.
small. Terry's small.
Right, they need a big guy.
All right, let's go to the phones. 800-636-1067.
All right, let's go to Joe.
Commanders still looking for a number 2 receiver.
I don't think they look at it that way. I think we look at it that way. They don't look at it that
Well,
way.
Dan said it himself.
Well, he's
He
just
said
answer-
wide receiver 2.
He's answering the
He
question.
said we're looking for wide receiver 2.
Joe, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Junks? I love the show as always. Happy Friday to you guys.
Hey, happy Friday.
Man, I wanted to say, like, Zaccheaus could be, like, who knows, man? Like, everybody needs an opportunity. Like, behind Devontae and A.J. Brown in Philly, I mean, he ain't going to crack. Nobody on our lineup would crack those two guys. I mean, maybe McLaurin is about even as Devontae. But let's get real. Like, I mean, somebody needs the opportunity to succeed. So, like, he's a possible, like, dude, we could have someone there. And what Jahan Dotson is he's just too soft. I think he's soft, man. Like, he just doesn't have that fire in him. I mean, he's a nice guy, good guy, but this regime doesn't like that softness, man. They want you to go get it. And you just can't be that guy. Like, Zaccheaus is earning it.
Yeah, I think you just got to
Well, Joe, do you want it to be Dotson, or do you want Zaccheaus? Based on what you've seen, do you like Zaccheaus?
What's the best player, I bet?
Yeah, I want the best player to be on the field. You don't
Whoever
get
it
no
is.
handouts. You're not getting crowned nothing without putting in the work and showing some flashes. Like EB said, like Dotson hasn't flashed. Like, I mean, he had a great season his rookie year, but like, where have you been lately, man? Step it up. You're supposed to improve to gain. You know what I mean? You're supposed to on an upward trajectory. And if they don't see it from him, like, make a move. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. I think they're just going to play whoever pops the most. I know I keep saying the same words, pop, flash, but you know what it is. You know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't walk into the room with any preconceived notions.
Yeah, and they're just going, this is balling. You know, get up, another move.
They didn't have their mind made up before camp.